B team, we're back and better than ever. What's good? Shit.
That's good. Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. I have a health question before we really get into it, because I feel like we're going to get into a lot of stuff here real fast, and I want to make sure that your mental's okay when we get into that. So let's do a little lighthearted talk about health. Does fingernails growing fast mean you're healthy?
I no clue.
I'm just wondering, like, my fingernails grow fast, and I feel like I'm healthy, but I also, like,
I think my fingernails grow pretty fast.
feel like I'm out of shape from what I was. But I feel like I've heard that somewhere someone told me that when your fingernails grow fast, you're healthy.
I mean, can't you say the same about like hair as well?
I would imagine, right?
I mean, they all have their own pace of growth.
Yeah. Isn't hair your hair keeps growing when you die, right?
I have no
For
idea.
like a little bit?
I highly doubt it, but what do I know?
I don't know.
Where do you get these questions from?
Just thinking.
You're just in the loophole right now?
Just thinking.
You're in your thoughts.
In the thoughts.
Just the random Muller thoughts.
Thought space. Leader in the thought space of health.
Yeah, I mean, it's good things to worry about. Maybe you got asked that today by one of your students of the game.
I have a kid that came off the field and just said to me, he's like, "Coach, I'm going in goal." I was like, all right.
And you just let it rock?
He put his gloves on and just went up to midfield. I was like, I guess he's going in goal.
And how'd he do?
I mean, he got no shots. But I was like,
maybe it's a positional switch.
I like it. One of them's finally taking initiative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a good time to switch, and someone is taking initiative.
Yeah, it was good.
But
it was good.
Yeah, we got the playoffs still going on. Yeah. Hockey, basketball, the NFL, and some NFL news. The schedule for every team is dropping on Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, dropping tomorrow. Primetime games have been recognized and released.
Not even primetime games. We got a few extras.
So what? Okay.
All right. So here, I'll list. There's 5 games out.
Okay.
There's 5 games. So Ravens and Chiefs are going to lead us off at 8 p.m. on Thursday night.
I like that.
Then you got the Eagles and the Packers in Brazil on Friday. And then Sunday, you have Cowboys at the Browns, 4 p.m. game.
That's a good game, too.
That'll be a good game. And then you got the Jets and the 49ers on Monday Night Football. And that's where I really want to ask you guys how we're feeling.
I feel like this is more of a Gassy question. I feel like this hurts Gassy more than
how do you feel? Like, because I don't think losing this game even affects the season. I think this is the best way to start because it shows you exactly where you're at.
I think everyone will be healthy. I also think getting a good team just out of the way right off the bat is perfect for us. We will have to go to San Fran, North Cal. Okay, so be it. But we're up for it. I mean, I'm up for the challenge. I think we match up pretty well against them. Our cornerbacks are going to take care of business, and it's going to be a battle of the trenches. That's all it's going to be, is who's going to stop McCaffrey, who's going to stop Breece Hall. What I am nervous about is that defense containing Rodgers and every other pass catcher on our team. I mean, we know how stout that defense is. Like the Jets defense, I'm not really worried about. That's going to be a big game on Brock. I'm really curious to see how they attack Brock and see if they're just going to let him play a little bit more zone than man coverage, and they're going to blitz him. My guess is they're going to do a flurry of blitzes right off the bat, and then they're going to sit zone and be a little bit more conservative. But we have to have the right game plan. I mean, we're going against one of the better coaches in the league in Kyle Shanahan. We have to make a statement right off the bat, and we have to protect Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we got to take care of Nick Bosa. We have to take care of Fred Warner. He's going to be all over the field. We match up pretty well on both sides. The teams are very similar in a lot of ways, so that's going to be an amazing game. I just hate that it's on Monday night. It just brings back just bad memories that we just have to get rid of.
What's your game on Monday night?
Huh?
Your game was on Monday night this past
year,
right?
It's a Monday night game, yes.
And it's a homecoming for A-Rod. Yeah, this is essentially...
That is where he's from.
We're basically running it back. This is going to be your first Aaron Rodgers game.
This is
essentially it. So like when he comes out of the tunnel, it's going to be the same stuff. You're going to see the same tweets, everything. Only difference is he has much better uniform, much better helmet, much better logo.
I like that.
And honestly, much better team around him.
I like that we're away. I like the first game of the season. We're not home. I'd rather be in, because I feel like last year there was just so much hype and so much expectation right off the bat. I mean, yes, there is now still, but being away and not in the environment of just like a lot of pressure. I mean, they're going to play their game. I'm not going to say they don't have anything to lose, but like San Francisco was just in the Super Bowl. I mean, they're clearly a better team right now. So,
I mean, 49ers have everything to lose. The
yes.
Jets
they have more pressure on themselves than we do.
Jets don't even have anything to lose. If they lose this game, everyone's just going to say, yeah,
it's a tough loss. It's the first game of the season.
But it's not even a tough loss. Like, the Jets are unproven. As much as we keep saying that they're a good team, great team, whatever you want to call it, they haven't done anything. You know, like Aaron Rodgers still has yet to play a snap, essentially. He's yet to play a full game. So you really haven't seen any of the wide receivers play with a competent quarterback. The line hasn't played with Rodgers in a game. This defense hasn't had a lead to defend. Like, there's a lot of variables that are going into this year that a lot of the players on the team are going to have to get used to. Mm-hmm. And until we actually put it into practice, like you don't know how everyone's going to react. And this is the best way. Mm-hmm. Go against the best.
Yeah, no, I love that right off the bat, you're playing a good team. Like you're not a favorite. I feel like last year we were the favorite to win. The previous year we were favorite game one off the bat. Like let's just show that we can compete, and we're also up there with the elite teams. Yeah. And again, I think this is a massive game for Nathaniel Hackett. Like he cannot call a shit game. He cannot, because the Niners are going to be passing all over. They're going to get McCaffrey involved. We can't fool around. We have to give Brees the ball. We have to get Garrett open as well. We can't be predictable. And I feel like the Jets over the last freaking 5 to 10 years have had such a predictable offense. Run on first down, run on second down, pass on third. Like we can't have that. We have to come off and just be sneaky, and we have to be creative. That's the key, but it's also there's so much to it. But I think defensively, we might not get to Brock, but I think our cornerbacks are quick enough that we can guard Debo, we can guard Ayuk. I think Michael Carter against Ricky Pearsall would be a great matchup. I mean, and then C.J. Mosley, but you're gonna have to worry about McCaffrey. I don't want to get too deep into
it. Let's do a. Well, yeah, we can move on from this because it's a great game, though. 4 months away.
Yes, it is a great game, and it's exciting. I mean, Gassy,
I want to
big Brock Purdy guy, so he'll love it too.
Let's do a little guess that line from the Jets fans on this show. So, Jets versus 49ers, Jets at the 49ers. Guess the line.
+5, I know. The spread?
I would have to say +5.
+6.5.
+6.5 now?
Yep, full touchdown. And the extra point.
Just because a lot of teams are overvalued post Super Bowl, I'm gonna take the New York Jets with the spread, of course. I hate betting on the Jets, but I feel like post Super Bowl, all these teams are overvalued, and just I'll relax with the points there. Even the Ravens game, I'm taking +3 on the Ravens. I mean,
+2.5.
+2.5 now. Oof, you see, now that changes things. But
I mean,
I think I'd still take them. I think with Derrick Henry added to that offense and the defense that they still have, I mean, that's going to be a damn good game. It's going to be one of those games where I think Mahomes is going to have to do everything again, and the Ravens are going to be ready for it. I mean, they have been their kryptonite, kind of like the Bills, the Chiefs. I think they'll figure it out right off the bat, and that's going to be a big game for Lamar Jackson, because if he can't beat Mahomes in that scenery again, then we have some questions.
Especially with the question marks on that offense.
On the offense,
you really only have 2 guys you're sure of on that offense.
Yeah, I mean, you got Zay Flowers, you got Mark Andrews.
Oh, I'm talking about the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs.
But yeah, the Ravens they're loaded. They should be coming out here. The over/under is 46.5, so that's essentially saying that both teams are scoring 20 plus. You better, they have to get to 30.
Yeah.
I think put up 30, you win the game.
Listen, if the Detroit Lions week 1 could beat the Chiefs,
I love that we're out here right now, just
4 months away talking
4
about
months
this.
away. We're like, the Ravens have to get 30 points.
They have to, though.
Game.
I'm not saying they have to get 30 points, but the Chiefs have handled the Ravens over the last couple of years. And Lamar, I love Lamar Jackson. I think he's great. He has taken them. He took them to the AFC Championship game this past year, AFC Chip. Like, this is big on him, man. I mean, we didn't. If for the fans, or not even just the fans of the Ravens, but like as football fans, I want to see Lamar finally beat Mahomes and not. We know it's going to be a close game, but I want to see him take initiative, I guess, and just put the team on his back. I mean, you got Derek, and you just got to do what you got to do. You can handle the defense, but I don't know.
I agree.
Defense is still good, though.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I just want to throw this one out there as well. You guys are plus 6.5, and the over-under is 45.5, which basically means they expect you guys to score at least 2 touchdowns, which is something I don't know you two have been sure of going into any game of late. So that's a positive.
I think that's an absolute under game.
That's a positive.
Rodgers, that is almost guaranteed.
I know.
Score 2 touchdowns.
You guys aren't going to know what to do.
I think it's a massive under game.
It's going to be like Mardi Gras.
Huge under game. That's going to be a defensive game out the ass. Yes, it's going to be Mardi Gras.
You guys aren't going to know what to do. When he puts up 24 in the first half, it's going to look like it's bing bong. It's going to look like Knicks games out there in the streets. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, Mike.
I'm ready to just see.
It's going to be you guys are going to lose that game 28-24, and you're going to think you won the Super Bowl because it was a 4-point game, and Aaron Rodgers put up 24. Yeah. When's the last time the offense scored 24 points?
In first games of the year?
In a game. Over a 2-game span, when's the last time they put together 24 points?
Sam Darnold era?
It's crazy.
I swear.
It's crazy
it might
because
be
that's
Sam
a
Darnold
serious
era.
question.
Or the Mike White era. The Mike White era, too.
Mike White. Shout out Mike White.
What a
pick. What a beast.
But I'm excited, man.
It's going to be good.
I hate the wait now because it's the draft, the wait to the draft happens, and then after that, it's mini camp, OTAs. Like, once end of July, August starts rolling around, that's where it gets fun. We see all the footage of all these guys practicing, everything gets us hype. But
I have one more thing with football. NFL really had a quiet week. There's no Rashee Rice incidents going on, really, so there's nothing to talk about. But I came across this video from Falcons practice, and let me tell you, these wide receivers are in for a world of hurt.
I saw that.
Because they got no clue what's happening.
Yes,
the balls are
that.
actually hitting them in the hands. Guys, did you see this? Look at this.
Look at that throw by Mikey. Go ahead.
Right in the hands. Boop. Good catch. And then the bad toss back, too. Right through the hands. Like, these guys it's looking rough. And I know that these aren't their actual, targets they're throwing to, but man, oh man. Desmond Ridder did a madness to their brains.
Yeah.
Has no clue.
They're going to be, I think they're going to be one of those teams that gets a lot of headlines.
Second half team.
Throughout the whole year.
They're going to be a second half team.
They shouldn't, but they're gonna.
Mm-hmm. No,
and that's because of the Michael Penix pick. Again, not saying it's bad, not saying it's good, but there's going to be a lot of publicity on them just because of everything that happened in the draft. So,
yep. So I want to move on from the NFL. There's not much to talk about there, but there is a lot to talk about coming out of New York still. Not just the Jets, but it is full-on Code Red meltdown occurring in New York. Full-on Code Red meltdown.
For some teams.
Because the Rangers have dropped 2 in a row. They are walking thin ice. They're going back to Carolina when Carolina historically in the playoffs as of late has been god-off on the road, but nearly perfect at home. Like, you guys could be looking at a game 7, and then we're looking at the Knicks dropping both games. They're playing right now. They're down
6.
They're down 6. Probably will be down 20 by the end of the half. But
don't even talk about the Mets.
Both of them are falling apart. And then the Mets.
Oh, God,
the Mets.
Brother.
The Phillies
There's
are
no
embarrassing them on their home turf. It's crazy that the Yankees.
Did you see the first game of the series?
Currently are the best team in New York, and no one on the Yankees can hit besides home runs in Juan Soto.
Did you see
it's
the
crazy.
first game of the Mets-Philly series?
Sadly.
Edwin Diaz, trumpets are going, gives a homer to Bryson Stott.
It's rough.
And blows it. He blew it, and after that, there was no freaking way we were winning that game. And today, getting what? 2 hit by Nola. I mean, it's over. It's over. I mean, they are a disaster, and there's just no going around it. It's that bad. We almost got no hit. 9th inning, 2 outs. J.D. Martinez hits a lucky homer to right field to break up the no-hitter. The score did not match at all. We should have Well, we should have been no hit. We should have been no hit. It's embarrassing. And you know what? We sit back and we can't do anything. We can't do anything. Uncle Stevie's losing money on GameStop again.
The city's falling apart.
It's not. Listen, the Mets are falling apart. We know they're falling apart. But I will say, the Knicks, code red on the Knicks.
Code red, brother.
The Rangers. Let's hold up a little bit. I have faith that they will take care of business. Did they get
I do too.
Did they get outplayed last night? Yes, they did.
It wasn't that they got outplayed. I thought they played fine. They played good enough to win the game through 2 periods. The third period, they never adjusted. Carolina adjusted, and they started actually shooting the puck, getting guys in front of the net. The Rangers never adjusted to their speed of play.
We're too power play dependent, bro. I mean, it's obvious, and that's good. That's the issue. I mean, listen, when we do have power plays, yeah, we tend to capitalize off of it, but we can't forget that the Hurricanes were first in the league in power play defense. I mean, they're a damn good team, and I've been saying this. Like, the series is so much closer than people think. We went to overtime games twice and won them.
Yeah,
if they win one of those games, this whole series is different right now. Then there's panic. But it's 3-2 now. We're going to Carolina. I think we'll be fine. I mean, I think the Rangers kind of needed this in a way. It's like kind of like a gut punch or like just facing adversity. Like, hey, listen, you might have gotten an easy series against the Capitals, and you might have taken 3 right off the bat against the Capitals or the Hurricanes, but now you're facing a little adversity, and after this, I mean, it's tough. Like, no team is going to be like the Caps. This was going to be one of the tougher series leading up to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys get through this one, and I said this about the Bruins going into the Panthers series, which they are
now it's tied. They just scored.
The Bruins are falling apart now too against the Panthers. But last night you saw the Rangers almost get heavy legged because their second period they were just it was constant penalty kills, like both ways, constant penalties, and that's not sustainable over a 7-game series. When they fell apart there, they got lucky. Again, scoring a shorthanded goal. I think that was their only goal in the game.
That was their only goal, and a crazy shot by Trouba, by the way.
Good.
He took that
really good,
far out. Nice shot, good accuracy there. But, man, you got to capitalize off that. You can only depend on Igor so much. The first, I think, Game 2 and Game 3 had over 100 saves in 2 games. He has been electric. Yes, he's going to have his games where he's not, but we need the players on the field and your lines to
ice.
On the ice, of course, but you need your players on the ice to finally break through it and give Igor a little bit of credit because he's been doing everything. We're riding through Igor right now, and if he has a bad game, we need to step up on the ice.
And I don't think he had a bad game last night.
He didn't.
He just got kind of there was a
lot of rebound goals, two rebound goals. Yep.
Well, no, I'm saying there was 2 goals that I felt he kind of got left out to dry. Especially the second rebound goal, I think it was. Panarin didn't seal his guy and kind of let him just go straight in. And then there was one where they kind of let Stahl just go straight through. You know, like no one got a body on him until he was already in the crease. It was too late.
They looked flat, in my opinion.
They did.
I think they looked very flat.
Well, I don't want to go here because I don't want Rangers fans knocking on my door.
I think they'll be fine.
I think this played a decent role in this. The stadium was flat. We came back from the second period, and there was no one in their seats. There was only a few people in their seats. Yeah, it filled up after a minute or 2. But, guys, we can't be getting refreshments while this is a big game. This is a big game. It's 3-2 now. If this goes Game 7, I swear, like I don't need Mikey upset in this studio here. We have to fill the seats. Fill the seats. Don't be like Philadelphia. Don't let New York in. We got to get New York in that stadium. I heard that you guys were all out in Times Square, but you weren't in Madison Square. We got to be in there. Mm-hmm. We got to be cheering. We got to be waving towels. We got to be doing something. Throw rats on the ice. Do anything. But we got to be in our seats. You came out in the third period and you weren't in your seats. They came out flat in the third period. I hate to put this on the fans, but I'm putting it on the fans.
I think
that was a fan's loss.
They will be back. They're going to be in Carolina, and they'll take care of business. I mean,
God, let us pray.
I don't see them. I don't see how they lose this series. If they really crumble and lose this series, man, New York is going to be in shambles. I mean, they have the best chance to bring home a championship. Sorry, Knicks fans, but it's the truth. The Rangers are much more powerful than I think they're going to play Florida, and it's going to go 7 games.
Yeah,
Florida is good. Can they stay healthy is the question, but they are so fluid. and they're just a stingy team.
Dude,
That would be an insane series, and that's going to happen. And I think anyone who's coming out of the East is going to win it.
I can back that.
Yeah, even on the West side.
You got
on the
Edmonton,
West.
Vancouver, Colorado,
Very
and
good
Dallas.
series, by the
really,
way.
that series is very good. They play tonight at 9:40, I think, something like that. Late night game.
That's been electric.
I want Edmonton to win so bad for McJesus, but I just don't see it happening. I think the Canucks are just too strong, man. They're playing so well. They're up 2-1. And then the Avs kind of got hit with a sucker punch the other day.
They got bodied last night.
And then, they lost, what's his name as well?
Yep, and they lost Val, which
so,
was a
that was
huge
hit.
blow to them.
Yeah, bad. So Dallas Stars, I think, will probably Avs might get one here to save some face, but Dallas is going to get the next one easy.
Shocked, man. Honestly, very, very shocked that
you and I a few weeks
Dallas
ago.
is coming out and really showing that they can hang with the big boys, especially with not much playoff experience. They're doing well.
Them and the Canes were two teams that over the last 5 years kind of were like, all right, we're here, we're coming, we're going for it, but never actually made it. You know what I mean? So
listen, the Canes have been there every single year.
Well, they haven't made it to the Cup.
No, but the Rangers are kind of in the same boat. They've been to the playoffs pretty much every year since the last 5 or so, and you know that they're good, but they just can't finish it. This year is the same thing. The Rangers are going to win. I'm not worried.
I got something for you. The Carolina Hurricanes are the Dallas Cowboys. They go all in, and they will not make it to the championship game.
Honestly, that's a good comparison because they haven't changed their head coach, who was a very good head coach in my opinion, and they've kept their star guys. I mean, you don't see in hockey.
Guys.
Yeah, you don't see You don't see in hockey a lot of like big mega stars getting moved back and forth or moved around the league. It just doesn't really happen much.
Money's different.
The money is much
they
different.
Want to stay in their area.
Yep, there you go. Boston, back up.
A big thing. There we go. A big thing about it is like a lot of the guys in the league, like I'm not gonna say a lot, but they're foreign. Like so when they end up in a place, if they like it, it's not they don't want to be moving all over America. You know what I mean? So when
they get big
want
contracts too.
Yeah,
they don't get these like 2-year deals. Like they're getting, except for like obviously your role players, defensemen, and whatnot. But like if your star players on your team, they try to lock them up for a while, which is what I like about hockey. I mean, do I want to see Mika Zibanejad in like a fucking Penguins uniform? My God, hell no. Nobody wants to see that. Do Pittsburgh fans want to see Sidney Crosby in a Rangers uniform?
Yeah,
no.
So
it just doesn't happen.
Here's something interesting that I'm looking at the moment. The Canes, it's more likely at this. FanDuel thinks that this whole series is going 7. That's what's favored right now. Rangers are still favored at -245 to win this series, but they think it's going 7. So that's interesting. I feel like the Rangers are going to come out and win this for you. I really do.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be like a very, very high scoring game, like a 4-3, 5-4 type of game. Like the Rangers are going to come out shooting away.
Yeah.
Power plays, like they just can't commit stupid penalties, hooking, tripping, none of that shit, and they'll be fine, man. Like but you know what? Same with Carolina. They can't do that either. They can't afford to let us be on the power play.
That second period was insane with power plays. Insane.
I know. It was ridiculous. It just back and forth. One team would have one, the other team would have one right after. Yeah, that killed us. But we'll be back. I'm not worried. I got faith in the boys. They'll be all right.
Yeah, and
crazy.
I
mean, you never hear me say that, but I do.
I agree with you. I want to. So NBA, everything's basically 2-2. We got Cleveland's about to lose to Boston. They're the only ones down 3-1. Obviously, the Knicks and Pacers are playing right now. That game's pretty tight. But I want to touch on something because I think it's kind of crazy that Luka Doncic is. I don't know why we have this problem, but why can we not realize he's the best player on the planet? There's a reason why he can move so. He makes it look so easy. And he comes out and he says that he could drop 50 every night, but he wants to pass the ball and get his assists, get his rebounds, get his guys in the game. You know, like, why can't we as Americans just be like, no, this guy's the best player on the planet? He is. Do you agree with me? Or like, what's your take on that? Because I think he's the best player on the planet.
It's hard to. It's kind of hard to like compare every single player because every single player has a different role on their team.
Okay,
and
so
also
let's do it
plays a
this way.
different,
Ready?
different position.
Luka versus Jokic, who wins that 1v1?
I mean, that's
No,
what I'm
answer
talking
it.
about.
Answer it. Because they're both playing basketball, so if they played 1v1, who wins?
I don't know. I mean,
Pick someone.
I think Jokic in the paint is just going to go crazy on it, but Luka's also just going to shoot
But
like
Luka,
no tomorrow.
Luka can post
a
you
little
up.
bit quicker,
He can shoot outside. He's a little quicker.
but there's a height disadvantage.
That's fine because Luka can defend in the post.
Jokic,
Yeah.
like if I had a rank, because I know Coward came out with a list. Again, I don't watch basketball as much as a lot of other people do, but Luka's definitely like top 3 players right now in the playoffs.
Who's your top 3 then?
It's got in no particular order, or if I had to go by order, I mean, I have to put Jokic at 1.
You
He just
have
won
to?
his 3rd MVP.
Yeah,
in a
but
row.
yeah, I don't
And listen,
think but think about the NBA. Like they just look at how many points. They don't look at everything.
Yes,
If
he
we're
is
talking
unorthodox.
about a real basketball player, I don't care about MVPs because MVP is completely different from being the best player on the planet. MVP is how you affect your team greatly, like all that stuff. Like Luka has Kyrie on his team, so he's never going to win MVP.
I'm never going to discredit Luka because I agree with you. He is a special player. I think he's amazing. It's hard to compare. I just feel like it's a very vague question because there's so much that goes into it. Like Edwards, he's the most athletic player in the playoffs right now.
Agree.
It's not
he's
even
playing
close.
the best in the playoffs right now.
Yeah,
I don't think he's better than Luka.
I think Luka is more. Again, I think he has a different role. I think he runs the offense the way he wants to run it at a slower pace, but he's got more finesse.
Right there, he runs the game. He runs the offense. He runs the game. No matter what game he's playing.
But that's his role, though.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But there's a reason why it's his role. There's a reason why Messi runs the game for every team he plays on. There's a reason why he's done that for 20 years. There's a reason why Luka has been doing it ever since he came in the league. And I just feel like I don't know if it's the NBA being upset that he talks crap on them, but that man should have been the guy that got 3 in a row.
But Jokic does the same, though. He does.
Yeah, but think about
the offense runs through
who's on
him.
his team. Is there anyone Kyrie's level?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at if you take Luka off the court, like MVP wise, and I know I'm kind of going against what I just said, like if you put Luka on any other team, he is instantly the best player. The only place I think you would have an argument just because of thought bias and all that stuff with NBA and basketball and all that is LA. I think if you send Luka to any place, even in Philadelphia,
any team would be welcome to
I
have
would
him.
say he's the best player.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not discrediting that he is not an elite player. Like, I love Luka Doncic too. I think he is so good. Like, just all around great, amazing player. Can shoot, can pass, can dribble, can rebound. He can do everything. But there are other players that can also do as much, like kind of do the same, but not as much as Luka or as efficient. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but
that's probably right.
But yeah, no. I mean, I would say Anthony Edwards, Jokic, Luka, top 3, and then I mean I'm probably missing other guys like what
You got Tatum
Jason
in there.
Tatum, of course. Again, huge Halliburton guy, Jalen Brunson. SGA. I mean, it's just an electric
There's a
playoff
lot of
series right
talent.
now. But
There's a lot of
again,
talent.
I still
that was just a question. I like because it kind of got brought up to me today where someone asked me like, who do you think the best player on the planet is? And then you start thinking, you're like, all right, you got LeBron, you got Jokic. But then like when you actually break it down to basketball, like you start looking at every category. And for me personally, I just had Luka. And I can't wait for people to come at me and say all different players because I know Philadelphia is going to be all up in their Embiid. And there's going to be a ton of stuff.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Like when it's funny that you bring this up because I also think that this is kind of the same type of conversation as when you call like who is the GOAT as a quarterback. Like everyone has their own playing style and they have their own kind of like physique and talent.
Oh, I mean, I agree with you there.
You know what I mean though?
Yeah,
like Jokic
I
is
see
a
what you
slower
mean.
player.
Yeah.
Like he's not flashy, but like he's a bucket. He's more of a passer. Like Luka, again, like we know Luka's game. He's gonna shoot threes, which he hasn't been doing efficiently apparently.
He got injured one game, so it was a little different. I think he was kind of chucking one game because they were losing. Both games that they lost, he kind of took like a 5-minute spell where he was just kind of chucking.
Look at Giannis. Like, I think Giannis, I don't think he's the best player in the world. I don't think he's the best player in the league, but like, is he good at what he does? And is he an elite fucking driver to the rim?
He's like Mbappe.
Like, he drives to the rim and no one can stop him. But that is what he's good at as his own player.
Yeah.
He's not the best shooter. He's not the best dribbler and passer, but he can get to the rim and he's the best at it and no one can stop him. Yeah. Same with, I mean, I don't want to throw Bron in there because Bron is past it right now. But like, Bron was the same way.
Bron in that like 15-year stretch, no questions. He probably should have won 10 MVPs.
Yeah. And Luka plays at a different pace, which I don't think as American basketball fans are used to. Like, we're used to the quick get to the rim, do a little like make your dribbling moves and create separation type thing. Like, Luka has changed it. Like, Luka he's slowing it down. He's using pick and rolls. Post-up game and everything.
He's playing more sophisticated.
Yes, he is.
He's reading the movement of defense.
That's the type of basketball that they play overseas. Again, I don't watch basketball as much, but I like it too. I think it's electric. I like Jokic's game because I was a center and I love to pass the ball. I didn't score a lot, but I did all the dirty work. And Jokic does that too, and that's why he's one of my favorite players to watch because his touch is insane. Like, you think it looks so easy the way he does it. It is so difficult to have that type of shooting form and also that type of float game where it's just nothing but net. That's tough. But yeah, I mean, good stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I don't think you'll get hate for it. I don't think it's a hot take. Like, Luka's a dog, bro. Yeah. Like, he's.
I just think like
no one's gonna be argumentative over that.
No one should be, but it's like everyone in Philly. If you put Luka on your team, he's better than Embiid. Let's just all be honest with each other. He's better than Embiid. If you put him in New York, he's better than everyone there. If you put him in LA, honestly, he's probably better than Bron at this point. But the Bron people will come out of the rafters. It's an interesting question because there's a lot of players, and Giannis kind of gets forgotten. But I agree, he's almost like an Mbappe, where Mbappe's kind of changed his game a bit, but it's really like raw. It's raw speed.
Everyone has their own niche, but we got PGA Championship this week. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Let's all take a pick here. So the odds to win, the top 5
Scotty Scheffler
are Scotty plus 400, Rory plus 750. Well, I'm going to give you some notes, some background. Xander plus 1,400, Brooks 1,600, Rahm 1,600, Tigers 40,000. Scotty just had
excuse me, 40,000
plus 40,000. Scotty.
Wow.
Plus 400. Scotty just had a kid. We don't know what he's done the last couple of weeks. We don't know what the preparation's like. Rory, on the other hand, actually, I'm going to do Rory last. Brooks Koepka coming off a few wins. He's hot right now, coming over from Liv, so watch out for him. He's a big guy in the majors. John Rahm, honestly, don't really know what we're going to get out of him. I just know he's a top 10 player in the world, and he's a beast. Xander, serial number 2 guy. But Rory won the last 2 events on the PGA Tour. He looks like he's back. He's saying stuff like the stars are aligning, which makes me feel really good. He's being like pushed out of the PGA Tour board. It's kind of insane what's going on right now. It kind of feels like he's playing fuck you golf. And then on top of that, his wife filed for divorce in Florida, which, I mean, that happened like this week. If that doesn't get you playing some fuck you golf and just focusing on the game, I don't know what will. So like I'm all in on Rory.
You don't think that's going to be in his head in a negative way? You think he's taking it as a positive?
I
like it.
He's zoned in. All he's been doing is playing golf. He's won the last 2 events since this occurred.
I just can't go against Scotty. Until I see that man lose, I can't go against him.
That's fair.
He is so good.
I feel bad for him, though, because it's like if he doesn't win this week, everyone's blaming that baby.
Yeah.
Like that baby, first
I'll be talked about
life
forever.
It's just like that baby, you caused your dad to lose millions of dollars.
I just love his game, though. Like,
it's fantastic.
He looks like a baseball player up there. Like, even just off his iron shots, like you see the little back drag of his foot.
Yep.
I'm like, man, that is a baseball swing. And I think that's why I've like gravitated towards being a Scotty fan. But I'm a fan of golf. I don't pick and choose, but what I've seen from that dude is he is a dog.
Yeah.
So
he is.
And Ludwig, if he's even up in there right now. John Rahm, I bet him.
He was like 6th or 7th.
Yeah. I mean, very smooth swing. That dude's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Johnny Rahm, yeah, good description. You don't know what you're going to get from him, but you know he's a top player.
Yeah. Another guy to look out for is JT. I don't have his odds up here right now, but I would imagine he's in the plus 2,000, plus 3,000 range to win. Just because he hasn't played the best, but he's been playing better as of late. Homecoming, this is his hometown. He wants to win it bad. He's won a PGA championship before. I think he's going to be up there as well. So you're going Scotty.
And that's this weekend upcoming, correct?
That is starting on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take Rory. I have 2 picks then. So I have 1 parlay, 1 pick of the week.
Get after it.
My cut bet's plus 446. We're going Rory, Brooks, Rahm, Bryson, Colin, Tommy, Max, JT. All of them have been playing some good golf. We got 3 live guys. We got 4 of the PGA Tour guys, 5 of the PGA Tour guys.
What about Mickelson? Is he playing?
Yes, he'll be there.
Might throw a little sprinkle some money on him.
That's always a good one.
Yeah.
My pick of the week, Minwoo Lee to be the top Oceania player, plus 360.
Nice.
Minwoo Lee.
Nice.
Let's go, Woozy. Let's go, Woozy. Come on.
Oceania player.
Yep.
Nice.
I like it.
I love that.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. PGA, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one.
Now, let's stay on the golf topic here.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't watched their video, we just dropped it today. Tee shot or tee flip challenge was awesome. Even though it was chaos. We looked good out there. I mean, I felt good out there. I know James, shout out to you, buddy. Great drives he had. You killed it too.
Dude, plus 5 doing that challenge is like a win.
I know.
It's a win.
What was our goal? Breaking par?
You said breaking par.
Yeah.
And in my head,
bug.
I was like, yeah, I don't think we're going to do that.
No, that was an absolute bug. Wrong situation there. But
I mean, you Obi Toppin one barely off the tee box on 2, and of course we land on you.
Do I break the news to the followers?
For what?
What I did today?
Oh yeah, I mean it's not really that big news for them. They're still gonna think that
I suck.
Yeah.
Just got them fitted for golf clubs. Dropped some money for it. We are excited. Feels good. We're gonna probably get the clubs within a week or 2, and we're gonna get back out on the course and hopefully break 100. We're not gonna rush it though, but we have a couple more ideas coming up. Then we have the Hanover.
Next week we have Mike gets 18 against me.
You want to do that again?
That's coming out on Tuesday.
Oh, that's coming out. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha. So that'll be a good one. I had a good round there. Did you start editing that at all?
Oh yeah.
How were my camera shots? Were they solid? Did I fuck up it a little bit?
They were good. Any
miscues?
No.
Okay.
No,
good.
We're good.
Yeah, man. So we got a couple more ideas bouncing around. We will golf at some point next week again. We got a lot of videos in the vault, which is great.
We got 2 matches coming up. We got a few challenges coming up. We talked about doing some donuts in one, so that's going to be fun.
Donuts.
So we got donuts. We got Breaking 35. We got the wheel Doom. We got 2 matches.
Donuts.
We got stuff coming for you guys. We do.
9 donuts.
9 donuts and 9 holes.
God.
Well, it's 12 donuts, a dozen.
Oh, each?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That's a lot.
You get to choose what donuts you get, though.
Oh, dude, you're giving me Boston cream all day, every day.
That is a terrible choice. The filling?
Huh?
It's too heavy for me.
Yeah.
So am I. It doesn't matter. I can still golf. I still make it work.
Ain't no thing.
I mean, like, what would be the choice then? Would it be like a fucking blueberry donut?
Well, you can get whatever you want.
I mean, if you're not trying to have a heavy donut, which one's it going to be?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a heavy donut, but taking 12 Boston creams is just atrocious.
That's like me.
That's like serial killer behavior.
Shout out to the stickball boys. That's like me ordering a woolly mammoth from the Goose as we have our stickball tournament. You know what the woolly mammoth is?
Yeah.
It's like a fucking 12-inch meatball sub with bacon and barbecue. Just like absolute hell. And I'd play like the whole tournament. Yeah. I was nice. Maybe I got to get back into it because our stickball team is, boys, you know it. We need a little bit of work. We got to get back on the right track. Knicks are up by 10, by the way.
We got you new clubs. They'll be here soon. We'll do a backyard session. Then listen,
very exciting.
Slicing 100's coming back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's coming. June.
It is.
We're coming.
Yeah. I think it's going to make a big difference. I mean, shout out to Tom Curdy for giving me his clubs, but man, oh man, getting fitted and seeing the difference amongst all the clubs that I use today. I was only really going for a 7, but just the grips, and I actually learned something today, by the way, with the grip, how I was holding it before. I would have like the shaft right in the middle of my palm.
That's what she said.
Yes. I have it resting here now. So I have more control, which is why I think I was shooting a lot to the left. I was pulling it. Was still doing the same when we were in the simulator, but much more control when I just rested the grip right here instead of right here. I know,
Can't wait to see it in action.
Me too, because this club is great. And I was getting a better launch angle and descent angle.
This isn't like a whole giveaway for the video, but I just have to say it. I thought it was hilarious when you came out and you go, just watch the Bryson DeChambeau video, learn a few things that I wasn't doing. Let's put them into action.
I hit it well.
You turn around, you hit it well, straight into a tree.
I mean, yeah, I can't help that.
Straight into a tree.
I mean, I can,
left.
but it was
dead left.
But did it not have a great launch angle? It had had the loft.
Well, actually, technically, it did not have a good launch angle. It just went high.
Yes.
It went high and left. If you had a good launch angle, it would have went at the green.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But there's trees everywhere, man. I can't avoid them. Ever. I hate it.
Just aim away.
Yeah, I got to adjust. But I'm excited to get back out there.
We got some stuff coming out, though. So,
yeah,
anything else?
Tomorrow, we have a special guest. We're going to have an interview on again.
Well, let's not give it away, but we got Brendan Monroe coming.
Hey. You said, let's not give it away, but we got Brendan Monroe coming back on.
Just know he's coming.
Let's go. Hell yeah. But that being said, thank you guys for subscribing, by the way. We see the numbers going up. We appreciate it. Keep on subscribing, liking our stuff. The golf videos, I know we've been making a lot of them, but I think they're good for our channel and good for the guys. I know my friends watch them, your friends watch them, so keep on liking our stuff.
If we get to 200 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. I don't think people realize that.
Clip it. 200 subscribers giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about that too because we're approaching the number.
Yeah.
And Pacers are going to win the series. Rangers are going to win the series. That's all I got.
All right. That's all I got. We're good.
All right.
That's all.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Have a good one.